Turner Prize-nominated David Shrigley. He's best known for his childlike drawings with wry, sometimes cynical captions that comment on everyday situations. His work is sharp, witty, and above all accessible.
I came across David's work probably in the early 90s, and I had seen there was a piece in Frieze magazine, and it was a picture of a pair of pants with a drawing on top of it, and I thought it was engaging and odd and ironic and weird, and it was an image that really stayed with me.
Today he launches his biggest and most public work to date, a sculpture in Trafalgar Square in the shadow of Nelson's column.
I guess artworks on their own are inanimate objects, so they can't...
Since 1999, a new piece of contemporary art has been chosen to sit on the bare Fourth Plinth every 2 years. Previous contributors have included Turner Prize winners Mark Wallinger, Rachel Whiteread, and Anthony Gormley. David Shrigley's offering a giant raised thumb made of brass called Really Good. What are some of the thought process behind your thumbs up?
I was invited to submit a proposal for it 4 years ago, and I wrote a kind of slightly flippant proposal with a drawing that, like, through some kind of self-fulfilling prophecy, that you say things are good and therefore they become good, right? But the thing is, ironically, as an artist, you have to believe that your work makes the world a better place. And thinking about it, I actually would quite like it if it did make the world a better place.
Well, do you think it possibly could?
Yeah, I think it could. I think it could work. And if it doesn't work, we could always just turn it upside down.
The piece was commissioned in 2013, long before Brexit. Brits love visual puns and subtle references, but not even Shrigley could have anticipated the potential meanings his sculptures would take on. Would you classify your art as particularly political or satirical?
And I think if you put a giant sculpture in the middle of Trafalgar Square, it's always going to be political to some extent. All public art is political because the context becomes half the work, sometimes more than half the work. When people ask me about it before, I sort of jokingly say, well, it means whatever you want it to mean, but it doesn't mean that.
It's going to be really good. It's going to be really good because it's called Really Good, and it is really good. But it's an optimistic piece of public art, positivity post-Brexit to show London is open.